It turned out to be a disaster. I cried literally. I literally cried because it was unbelievable. Like, it sets you back. Like, you're worse than what it was.
Hi, I'm Sabrina, a licensed massage therapist and certified cosmetic surgery specialist, and this is Talk Plastic Surgery, where we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And today I have on a patient turned friend that every time we get together, it's literally nothing but endless laughs and fantastic conversation. But the situation that she went through is anything but fantastic and actually quite scary. So without further ado, please welcome Venus.
Hello, everyone. How are you out there? I'm proud to be here. As she said, I became her patient, a client of hers, and we became beautiful friends.
Yes, and I'm so grateful for you to come on here and share your story. And so what procedure did you have done, and in what city was it done?
It was in Los Angeles, and it was a 360. It turned out to be a disaster because I ended up with multiple puncture wounds in my body, in my back, actually.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to have been a woke procedure, but I was asleep. They booted me out in the cold night, lethargic, you may say. It was a traumatic situation. When I met you, you made the results a lot better than what the procedure itself.
Yeah, 100%. One thing that really was just so messed up to me was that you were supposed to get local anesthesia, right? And then they said then it ended up feeling like general anesthesia,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
And so when your cousin picked you up, how was everything after that?
It was like in a daze. It felt like I was in slow motion. And I had on the hospital gown. It was really a bad.
Like they kicked you out to the curb.
Like they literally kicked me out to the curb as is.
Oh my God.
So, it's like
a horror movie.
Yes, exactly. When I got home and I saw, I was like, I cried literally. I literally cried because it was unbelievable. And they had no regard. They had no sympathy, no anything. Once I spoke to them again and told them about their mistake, it was totally abstract.
Dismissive.
Yes,
Yeah.
So I said, okay, well, I'm going to find me a lymphatic therapist. And you were the first one I got. And God, heaven sent, so.
And I'll never forget our first phone call. I could feel the frustration in your voice. Oh,
yes.
and I know I could just hear how upset you were. And then when we first met and you just told me everything. And then you were like, "Oh, we got to take pictures of this."
Yeah, we did.
And I was even like,
you were
what?
you were really upset about it because it was a devastating thing.
Yes. And what was the procedures that you actually ended up paying for? Because I know like they only did one, but what was like the total what you ended up paying?
Okay, I was supposed to get my upper arms did lipo and just 360.
Yeah.
And the total came up to like maybe 5,800, something like that.
Yeah.
And they didn't do the arms, so
or the stomach. They literally only did your back.
Only the back.
Yeah.
And I have like war marks on my back that I'm fighting to this day. And it's been a year. I'm fighting to this day to get off my body. It's embarrassing. It's like you do these things. Us as women, we do these things because we want to better our look if we feel, out of place about something.
Yeah.
And to get a botched job procedure done, it's like it sets you back. Like, you're worse than what it was.
Yeah.
So,
Confidence and
so
everything.
I think God sent me and you together because you have been a tremendous friend and you have done tremendous work.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you,
So,
thank you, thank
you
you.
know,
Honestly,
yep.
it's been so incredible working with you,
Yeah.
and even though the circumstances and everything, and seeing how much better your back is doing,
Yes.
and how much you overcame
Yes.
such a traumatic experience, first of all,
Yes.
like the
Yes.
queen that you are.
Yes.
And this wasn't your first procedure, right?
No.
What was the first procedure you've had
The
done?
first procedure I ever had done was lipo. Oh, gosh. It was like a dream come true.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was like snap, crackle, and pop, boop, bop, bam, boop. Like
yes,
I was shaped like
girl.
number 8, and I held that
When was that?
in 1999.
Aha! I love that.
1999. This procedure was the first procedure that I had since then
Oh,
because I want to get my back did because us as girls, we like our blouses to be right, our dresses to look sexy and jazzy,
yeah.
but me, going through a traumatic situation with the past life,
Yeah.
I picked up a little weight, stress weight.
Oh, 100%.
So I said, well, I'm going to get my back did. I'm going to get a 360 and get my arms did. It was a devastating thing. And
Yeah.
to this day, it's like it's a balance. Do me.
I know. When you met with your surgeon, with the one that only ended up doing your back lipo, was it personable? Or did you meet him the first time that you got there? Or did you actually get to talk to him before you went in for your procedure?
Well, I spoke to him on video.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of sort of said some things that should have been a red light to me.
Yeah.
But because I backed down at first.
Oh.
And then I called again. And that's when I went all the way through with everything.
Oh, what were some of the things that he said that were like a red light?
He was saying stuff like on the paper it says that your BMI is 35 and you have to be at 31 and da da da. And I'm like, I could work that out.
Yeah.
That's easy. He was just saying a lot of deterrent things.
Yeah.
And it's been a while and I vaguely remember, but it was some things that turned me off.
Yeah. Bad vibes.
Yeah.
And
so I backed off.
Yeah.
And then so I kept saying, but I really want this done. So, and it's in LA. So I went.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the worst decision of my life.
I know.
Yeah,
and how was your experience when you got to the facility? Like, how was the greeting and everything before you actually went in full throttle and did the surgery?
Well, no.
Like the day of the surgery.
Well, no, it was no greeting. It was like, come this way. Hi. Well, it was hello, hi.
Yeah.
Come this way, and took you in the room, and it was so like undergroundish.
Oh, like back alley style. Damn.
Honestly, it was like 1960s in a whole back alley type. Because I'm like, where is this? Because my mind is stuck on my first lipo.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they are as professional as this first doctor,
Yeah.
and it's like 360-degree total difference. The things that they were using after the surgery, after the surgery,
yeah,
the things that they were using and the body wraps that they were using, I was like, those are doggy pads. And my senses kept saying, go home. But the reason why I couldn't is because I had already taken the medication.
Oh. Do you know what kind of medication they gave you?
Oh, I forgot the name. I still have the bottle at home.
Oh, wow.
So every time I look at it, it's a reminder.
Yeah. Did they also inject you with numbing and stuff, or did they only give you medication to knock you out?
You know what? When I went in the room and I laid on the gurney bed what
Yeah.
you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I remember.
Wow.
Honestly, that's the last thing I remember. She was waking me up, telling me, come on, hon, it's time to go. It's time to go. Come on, hon. And I was like, but I wasn't supposed to be asleep.
I remember.
So it was ugly.
Oh my God. Did they even wheel you out in a wheelchair?
I walked out in a hospital gown.
In a hospital gown.
Yes, literally.
And basically just threw you in your cousin's car.
I walked out in a hospital gown with the little bed pads
Oh my God.
wrapped around me with tape, just wrapped around my body. Yeah, literally. No, it was like I went, and then I'm walking out like under the influence of something.
Yeah.
Because they were leaving, shutting down. It was time for them to go home, so they were shoving everybody out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
that is terrifying.
yes.
And girl, I'm just so glad that you're good and that you're here and you're safe and you're alive, because that is terrifying.
Yes.
And oh my gosh. So after you got the anesthesia done, basically, how did you feel that whole week?
Groggy,
Groggy,
like in slow motion. It was like I didn't really feel pain, but I had heartbroken pain.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't realized for 2 days what my body looked like, because I lounged around, laid around, was resting up. But once I looked in my mirror, my full body mirror, and I seen patches all over my back, and I'm like,
I know.
that? And I had my cousin come take it off, and I just cried.
Because you saw how many incisions he left you on your back, right?
Oh, about 15.
Yeah, I remember we counted.
Remember
I remember you counted because you were like, "Can you please tell me how many incisions he has?"
Yes,
and
I did.
I know it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then two on the top,
and then on
11.
the side.
Oh, and then on the side, yeah,
and then on the side of my hip, and I'm like, what? In turn, after that, I did call and asked him, why did you do an incision on my hip? Like, I didn't get a BBL.
No.
So why did you do an incision on my hip? What did you do?
I know.
So,
and also, what was the need for so many incisions in the back?
Oh, you saw it yourself.
I did. And the crazy thing is, with other people who get back lipo, and every surgeon's different. Surgeon's different.
Right.
However, I do notice, okay, so generally there'll be like 3.
Yes.
And generally it's like right above the booty crack, and then in the middle of the back, and then sometimes a little bit upper on the upper back. Some surgeons, they don't even like to put any on the back because people don't want scars to show. So they'll put like on the butt, and then 2 on the side of the hip, and then some up here on the armpit. But the amount of incisions that you had was 100% something I had never seen before.
Me either.
And then on top of that, when you came and you were like, they're supposed to do my arms, you definitely, like, no. They did not do your arms at all, and then they for sure did not do your stomach at all. You didn't even have any incisions on your stomach.
And I told him, I said, this is not a 360. A 360 is 360.
Yeah, 360 is 360. So now let's do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so question number 1.
Okay.
How did this affect you emotionally?
In a major way. It made me feel like it was ugly.
Yeah.
When I look into the mirror to this day, every day I look into the mirror, and it's like, it's nothing changed. They didn't do anything, so it was devastating. It's like every day I look in the mirror and be like, yeah.
Oh. For my last question, how do you feel the importance of massages is with surgery?
Oh, they are extremely, extremely important. The massages, well, I only could speak from my experience with Sabrina, because this is my first time having the massages, And if you are in a depressive moment like I were, the massages that she do and the way it helps you mentally, it would change your whole outlook on the situation. It would mellow you out. It would smooth the depression out because she does it with such care. She makes you feel comfortable and she makes you feel like everything is going to be all right. We're going to fix this. And that's what she do.
Thank you. So with your other 2 surgeries, you didn't get any massages with them, right?
No, I did not. I did go to the overnight recovery. They did, but massages really wasn't
A thing back then, right?
then. They just started the overnight care. They had just
Yeah.
started that. So massages wasn't even born yet.
Wow. Thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
on the show.
Thank you for
I
inviting
really
me.
appreciate you telling your story.
Yeah,
You know,
no problem.
it's such a tragic story, but also I'm glad that we're talking about the
Yeah.
first 2 surgeries that actually went super well.
Yeah.
And then the next time you come on here, we're going to have an even better story to tell. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
And
you
my
for
last
having me.
question that I ask everyone, if you have any advice to give to someone who wants to have plastic surgery, what advice would you give them?
My advice to men or women who wants to get plastic surgery or body contouring surgery, do the research on the doctor, get more than one opinion, make sure you read your paperwork correctly. Make sure you understand the language that they are talking to you in regarding this. Research the whole name of the clinic. Just do your background on everything so you won't have to have a botched job. Make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's because you want to have the body that you are looking for and you want to be happy. You know, you want to look in the mirror and be happy.
100%.
Want to be happy when it's all said and done.
Yes, and do your research.
Yes.
And so, without further ado, thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the push notifications. You've heard it here. Bye.